Gary, welcome to Northamptonshire. You've obviously been involved behind the scenes and everything for a while, but you started as chairman, start of October. How's things been?
So 17 days in, it feels good. I'm looking out over a misty ground, and obviously we won't be playing cricket here for another 6 months. So it feels in some ways a bit strange joining at this time of the year when there's no cricket, but it also feels a good time because we can prepare for next season and we can have some of the bigger conversations about the future position of Northamptonshire in English cricket.
For a few people listening to this who may not know who you are, could you provide maybe a bit of a background of what you've done previously?
Yeah, I can. So I was born in Coventry, next to the football ground there. So I describe myself as addicted to Coventry City because I still go there. But actually, I've adopted Northamptonshire and Northampton. I've lived here for over 25 years. I came here actually to run Barclaycard, a great local business. And I've also done quite a lot of other, I suppose, high-profile jobs and difficult jobs. So as well as Barclaycard, I was chairman of Visa. I was chairman of the Premier League. I went in and rescued Northern Rock in the financial crisis. But I was also chairman of the Football Foundation, which is a big sports charity. So I've done lots of things, but I'm now retired as an executive. And so I've got time, even though I've still got chairmanship of Monzo Bank, which many of you will have heard of. I'm retired as an executive, so I've got lots of time to both come and watch cricket, which I love doing, and to do this role as chairman of Northamptonshire, which is a big responsibility because I'm following someone who has done a fantastic job, Gavin Warren, who everyone will know. When I'm walking around the streets with him, everyone's saying hello, and it's fantastic. So continuing and building on what he and lots of people have done is a real responsibility.
Like you said, it's a big role. What was it that attracted you to the club?
So the fact that it's local, it's my adopted county for the last 25 years. I've been here lots over those 25 years. I've seen the successes of the T20 going back. Even what we did in early September, getting to the quarter-final for the first time for a long time, and the atmosphere that night. There's so much potential here. And the ground, I'm looking out at the ground now, it looks so much better than it did a few years ago because of the investment. So in some ways it's a small but perfectly formed county. And it's great to be responsible, along with the rest of the board members and Ray, who's chief executive, running it on a day-to-day basis, to make sure that we continue to run the place responsibly, that we produce as good a cricket and success as we possibly can, and that we fulfil our roles in making sure that this is a brilliantly welcoming place to come to. We've got diverse communities and we can be the most inclusive sports venue in Northamptonshire, I believe. And we've got a big responsibility to support the over 100 teams that play locally. I've been involved with a few local teams. My lad played for East Haddon. I was even manager there for a few years of the team. I was never very good at cricket, but I was good at observing it and occasional umpire as well. So I think we've got big responsibilities to make sure that Northamptonshire men's and women's cricket builds on the platform that we've got. We've got a new Tier 2 women's team coming. I was actually at Leicestershire watching our Sunrisers, which we were part of, as you know, winning the one-day trophy. Fantastic achievement. We've now got our own Tier 2 team, so lots to build on. It's great, by the way, to welcome back David Ripley as head coach of the women's cricket as well.
Yeah, you mentioned David Ripley there. How important of a figure could he be for that Tier 2 team?
I think really important. And I bumped into him the other day, and I think he's reborn out of it as well. He's really looking forward to it. I think everyone is really looking forward to his involvement, and of course the cooperation between the women and men's game with David Ripley, and the outreach to the other counties, the smaller counties as well, which he's done really well in the past, is a big thing for us. And we've got lots to build on, even though we've lost one of our stalwarts and stars in Trish this year, who's played for us for a long time and deservedly got the awards at the end of year celebrations. We've still got some real talent, and I think being a Tier 2 status will make... We want to run Tier 2 as low as Tier 1, really, and position ourselves for the future. And it's true in men's cricket as well. Of course, we're disappointed that we're not in Division 1, although actually finishing 4th in Division 2 in the end was a good achievement, given where we are, getting to the quarter-final of the T20. So, you know, there are lots of things to be really excited about. Things I worry about. I worry about the fact that we didn't have much cricket here, only 3 days of cricket between the 26th of July and the 9th of September, if you exclude the quarter-final of the T20. Doesn't feel right to me that Northamptonshire, at the height of summer, is not playing cricket, and there's not people to watch here, and that's a great shame. So if I take a step back, the calendar and competition structure of English cricket and Northamptonshire's place within it is not where we want it to be. And you know, we need to make sure we have a voice at the ECB table to make sure that our voice is heard and that Northamptonshire's 10-year future is planned out. And that's my job, I suppose.
And then looking at the men's team, it's obviously a big winter. You've had John Sadler depart in September. How busy is that winter looking for you?
So, first of all, we should recognise John Sadler's achievement. I know there's lots of different views, and I try not to read social media and all the good and bad things that are said on it. But John, for 3 years, was really professional, and we had some success, didn't we? Some really, really good success. And so, you know, I want to thank John for his contribution and for the way in which, although he's left us, the way in which he professionally departed. And of course, we're getting on. One of the big things we now need to do is get the head coach for the men's team. As we say, great that we've got the new head coach for the women's team. We need to get the new head coach for the men's team. Those things take as long as they will take, but we're onto it. You should never rush these things. You need to get the right person. But whenever people see an opening, there are lots of people that put their hat in the ring, and there'll be some well-known names in there and some not well-known names in there, and the board, and particularly the cricket group led by Stephen Peters, Pedro, too. Lots of people are leading on that, and I'm helping in that process. And as soon as we can get the right person, we will. I can't say much more about it, obviously.
And then, obviously, Northamptonshire, very passionate fan base. Do you have a message for the fans?
Well, I suppose what I can say is, and I'll say it from the board perspective, and as a fan of sport. You know, I've travelled the world watching cricket. I've you know, even I remember the first game of last season was Sussex away for us here at Northamptonshire on a foggy day, with most of the day rained off, and I went down to see us then. And you know, even then there's Northamptonshire stalwarts like Linda, who goes to every game, and a few others. Amazing dedication. So I suppose the message to the fans is that, you know, the board is in many ways there to serve them. We need to make sure that we look after Northamptonshire on behalf of all of our supporters, all of our fans, and all of the people that we hope will come that have never been before, because we want to broaden our supporter base. And we know that having the right team, the right style of cricket, and wherever possible, success is really important. And we won't forget, as a board, that as well as all the other things we do, the most important thing we do is make sure that Ray, and then the cricket group, and then the head coach has the right support to produce good cricket in every game. That's what we're trying to do.
Well, Gary, thank you for your time. We wish you the best moving forward.
Thanks very much, Toby. Cheers.